gentlemen and female gentlemen. It's been so nice and long since we've done a healthy lore dive. As you know, I, Lord Nuxanor, will consume all lore. All lore goes through here. We got the whole lore tier list where we talk about the lore of different stuff and secret stories behind the scenes of different shit, and I am here for all of that, okay? Today, the complete Transformers timeline explained by Screen Rant. So, from what I understand, there are multiple canons to Transformers. There is this much deeper comic animated canon story that's like an hour long for me to do at some point, and I am excited to do that eventually if this gets 10,000 likes. So leave a like if you want that. For now, we're doing the full timeline, the entire history of the Transformers. I am very excited to see what this is all about because I've been an incredibly casual Transformers fan. What's his name? Ultron is a cool character. No, not Ultron. That guy's from Marvel. Again, I'm doing the lore dives. I'm learning all the lore. I'm still doing Marvel lore. Don't worry. All lore will be consumed. One lore at a time. All right, let's go. Not Ultron. Not Megatron. Man, not Megatron. The guy, the evil dark guy. Unicron. That's who I'm talking about. I'm talking about Unicron. Thank you. Thank you. Unicron. That dude's pretty awesome. All right, let's see where this goes.
Is there any more of a convoluted mess than the Michael Bay Transformers films?
Yes, there is. It's called Logan Paul, Mr. Beast, and KSI's new product, Lunchly. Anyway, you've been debunked. What else do you have?
With the upcoming release of Transformers 7, Rise of the Beasts, it's time for you and I to figure it all out. I'm Chris Goodmakers, and this is the complete Transformers timeline.
There we go, baby! I love me some timelines. I love absorbing lore. It's so fun because I love fiction, I love reality, I love stories, and I'm here for all of it, all right?
Explained. Optimus, save me. The Transformers timeline takes us back to
the dawn of time?
Before the creation of all life itself. As Optimus Prime helpfully explains,
before time began, there was the cube.
It gave rise—
Oh my god, wait, the Transformers timeline unironically starts before the dawn of time. I can't believe it.
To a race of mechanical beings and their homeworld, Cybertron. This is where things immediately start to get confusing. At the dawn of time. Wow, off to an early start, Mr. Bay.
Let's go.
You see, Age of Extinction says that many worlds were seeded with transformium. Yes, that is what they call it. Yes, it is extremely dumb. Well, this transformium actually created inorganic life. I suppose the allspark could be a creation of consolidated transformium, or—
I am so confused. Wait a second. So it started off with these ancient robots that existed for some reason before the dawn of time, and they created cybernetic life across the multiverse?
Maybe even the origin of it.
Hallelujah!
Though the
Bumblebee
allspark was created
before time began.
And yet transformium eradicated the dinosaurs. I guess like most creation myths, this one leaves a lot of unanswered questions.
Yeah.
Either way, the end result is the same. A race of confusingly constructed and overly violent giant robots with questionably low intelligence. Yeah, the galaxy never stood a chance, did it?
Yeah, these guys are fucking morons. Wait. So in this lore, there was cybernetic life before organic life? How does that even make sense? Like, what the fuck is the allspark?
Lockdown in the fourth film is a direct servant of the aliens who seeded the transformium, and who possibly created the allspark as well. Who knows?
Oh my god, it's literally not even explained? It all started with the allspark. That's where it leads back to. An alien, biological alien life seeded transformium into— oh my god, there ain't no way it started like this. Dude, I'm sure the fucking comic fans in the audience are gonna literally murder me. Movie lore, L, I guess.
Not the screenwriters, that's for sure. These creators used Transformers as a labor force, which does explain why so many of them turn into construction equipment.
I am directly below enemy scrotum.
So let's talk about the formation of this little blue marble
Okay, so that's the creation of life. Again, from what I understand, it gets a lot crazier in the comics and cartoons. But again, that lore dive is an hour long, so we're gonna start with this one, which is much shorter. And if we get 10,000 likes and see that other people are actually interested, I will keep consuming Transformer lore. I'll pull a Galactus and start eating galaxies.
Call home. Did you know that this fragile jewel floating in the vast expanse of space is actually a giant world-ending robot formerly voiced by Orson Welles?
The Earth? Wait, what? Hold the fucking phone. The Earth? The planet Earth is a robot in the lore. Dude, Transformers lore go crazy.
Yes, at the dawn of our solar system, the world-ender Unicron
That's my goat!
decided to take a nap or something. The Earth then formed around the giant robot. Again,
Unicron is planet Earth? Holy shit. Isn't Unicron the evil guy that just exists to can destroy planets? Isn't that like his entire thing? Isn't he just like robot Satan that just goes around destroying life?
and I'm not sure the reason or even what will come of this. I do suspect it is why the Fallen would eventually hate humanity, but more—
No, I think they hate humanity for other reasons. Like, as someone that is kind of human myself, I find myself hating humanity every once in a while. I don't think you need to come up with some deep-seated reason slumbering Satan robot in the core of the Earth as some kind of mega plot point for why robots need to hate humans. These humans are literally using these fucking giant sentient robots as tractors, okay? I get it. I am so with you. I am so with you. Listen, hating humanity, you don't need to push them that far.
More on that later. For now, it's important to keep in mind that the seat of all human life is actually a giant horned Citizen Kane voiced robot man. Yeah, Earth Day is gonna be weird this year.
Yeah.
So as I mentioned earlier, Transformium eradicated the dinosaurs and converted them—
That's what destroyed the dinosaurs. Okay, all right. So life existed first. Okay, I think that like, it was a little convoluted, but in the creationism here, right, if we want to look at this like from a Genesis perspective, okay, I don't know how the world was created, Big Bang, God, whatever it is, sure, in this universe, I don't want to get involved in any of that shit. But the point is, as time keeps moving forward, as the world keeps evolving, there was this cube. The aliens took the fucking Transformium from the cube, put it on Earth, and it wiped out the dinosaurs. It wasn't a meteor shower, it was Transformium. So technically the Transformium was on the planet before humanity, but life existed before Transformers. That's a very important distinction to make, I think.
to the rad as hell Dinobots. From an 8-year-old Grimlock superfan, thank you so much, you stupidly named Space MacGuffin.
Transformium.
During this
Transformium. It's such a stupid name because it transforms into shit.
Time on the Transformer homeworld, the mechanical race was united under the rule of the 7 Primes.
Let's go.
These spindly leaders decided to harvest various stars for the Energon to expand their empire. However,
sense.
internal
There we
divisions
go. Listen, that's just democracy, guys. I am so with you.
quickly arose over destroying sentient life. One member, later named the Fallen—
What do you mean destroying sentient life? They are sentient life. Yes, they're technically robots, but they're not just like our shitty AIs, right? Like they are actual sentient creatures, and they need this energy to survive. I don't think you're giving these 7 Primes enough credit.
really hated humans and wanted nothing more than to stamp us out.
I can't possibly fathom why on Earth giant sentient robots that are probably hated for racist purposes across the galaxy hate humans. You see, the thing is, I can't think of a single hateable human. In general, I love humans, which is probably why I'm biased personally, as someone that likes humans myself. But I can't possibly fathom why someone would dislike humans. Humans are just kind of great at everything. I especially like how humans think that they're better than everything else.
Sometimes, quite literally. It's not really explained why he hates humans so much, as
I love how he's like really harping on the lack of understanding as to why he hates humans. Brother, you do not need to think that hard, okay? This dude over here, this guy over here, his cousin, the toaster, was used for a human to kill some other human, to drop it in a bathtub, okay? And that toaster met an untimely end. You really need to come up with an incredibly complex reason as to why this alien super monster hates humans? Guys, humans hate humans. There are people, there are civilizations that have been completely and utterly wiped out, okay? Humans hate humans. For giant fucking space alien sentient robots to hate humans is literally the least surprising thing of all time. Bro, We are so different from them anatomically. Like, why is this weird? This is like humans hating robots. Oh, the human destroyed the robot. That's how they see it. They don't give a shit. Brother.
As I said, it could have something to do with Unicron, though I suspect it's because he hates how we get caught in his gears. The remaining primes tried to stop the Fallen from destroying Earth and harvesting our sun, even though it really looks like they're kicking his butt.
If their plan all along was to harvest the sun, why would they destroy Earth? If they harvest the sun, the Earth will be destroyed. You don't have to worry about it.
They knew they would lose, so they stole the Matrix of Leadership and hid it in a tomb made of their own football huddle, destined to cuddle for all eternity. Defeated and unable to use his alien sun exploder, the Fallen returned to Cybertron. It wouldn't be long before that world was engulfed in war as well.
Yeah, dude, war never changed. I love how Warhammer is just like a better sci-fi story than almost every other like sci-fi space war story I've ever seen. Like Warhammer really, like it impressed me so much. Like again, I'm consuming all lore here, even the most esoteric shit ever. But 40K is unironically so peak, it makes sci-fi stories look weak in comparison.
And I thought the Transformers were such a peaceful race.
I wonder why they'd hate humans.
Things on Cybertron aren't all that great. The planet looks like an absolute nightmare at the
Bro, look at that fucking ass crack on the planet.
best of times. But now, there's an insurrection brewing. It's hard to say exactly how the war started, given that every piece of information we get about it comes out of the heavily biased mouth of Optimus Prime.
True! Wait, holy shit, true! So, Transformers 1, the new movie that came out, is that covering the Cybertron war? Like, is that where that is focused? Because I understand it's like backstory of Optimus Prime and Megatron. Yes? Alright, we gotta get on that shit. But, it is true though. They are hearing propaganda of one side of the story.
However, we do know that before Autobot and Decepticon waged war, the Transformers were slaves to some gross alien dudes.
I wonder why they hate organic life. That's crazy. I can't possibly conceive a reason.
Optimus and 6 others became knights, who managed to overthrow their oppressors and freed the Transformer race.
Oh shit.
These knights traveled the stars in the ship that would eventually become Lockdown's prison. I'm not sure what end this quest held, but when it was over, Optimus was the sole survivor, a theme common for him throughout the series.
Interesting. Bro's the sole survivor of a ton of battles and we're just supposed to listen to what he says? This sounds like some propaganda shit to me. I don't know.
Transport Truck Transformer wasn't yet leader of the Autobots. That honor would fall to Spock playing a red fire truck.
What?
Sentinel Prime was the leader of the Autobots during most of the war with the Decepticons.
Oh, I thought Prime was always the leader of the Autobots. I guess he was just one of the Primes. He wasn't actually the main Prime. He wasn't Prime.
Both pieces of industrial machinery are somehow descended from the first 7 Primes.
All right.
Okay, just because I can already hear you in the comments, no. Prime is not a title like King. That may be the case in any of the hundreds of cartoon or comic book adaptations, but Revenge of the Fallen clearly states that Prime is a lineage.
How the fuck do we have lineage robots? Are the robots having sex? I mean, listen, I've done enough Rule 34 tournaments among other YouTubers to know exactly what is going on in the world of Rule 34. But are these robots fucking each other? Like, is Prime like a last name?
Don't blame me. Blame Alex Kurtzman.
All
well,
right.
actually, blame Alex Kurtzman for a lot more than that. I still have words about Picard Season 2, Alex.
The Queen of Filth, the Queen of Putrescence.
Sentinel and a group of Autobots boarded the Ark. The Ark was destroyed and possibly left adrift for thousands of years.
Let's go.
So a few caveats to me placing this event here. I'm not sure exactly when Sentinel Prime and the Ark are set adrift, and how long it takes them to reach Earth. The ship is only traveling with the momentum it had when the engines were destroyed. So I assume it would take 1,000 years or so for it to drift to our solar system.
All right.
To
All
pair
right. appropriate assumption. But I was most excited, not even for the past, but to see how they affected throughout history. Like, I know that there was King Arthur lore. I know that there was World War II Transformers lore. I want to see where, throughout human history, Transformers got involved.
To paraphrase a great hockey player, space is so humongous big. More than meets the eye. Planetside, the Dark Ages
King Arthur! There he is.
in full swing. Humanity had other encounters with the Transformers before this, but it's only very vaguely mentioned in the series. Like how at some point Jetfire's father was the first wheel. Also the Great Pyramid.
What? Wait, the wheel was a Transformer? Oh my god.
Pyramids were actually built to encase the fallen Sun Exploder.
Of course, obviously the pyramids were built to house the Sun Exploder, obviously.
Biggest on-screen encounter we have, though, comes from a side bonus of Arthurian legend.
God, I love Arthurian legend.
Because when you're in the 5th movie, why not? So Merlin and Arthur are at war with the Saxon forces.
Right, as they do.
Things are not looking great until the iconic wizard, not named Gandalf, finds a group of Transformers living on the Earth.
What? Wait, what? Nani? I thought, what? Wait, in the first Transformers movie, because I think I only watched the first one. In the first Transformers movie, weren't they like big surprised when they saw this shit? Saxon these nuts, true. But bro, magic and robots are canon? Wait, so Merlin is a canon wizard? There is canonical magic in the Transformers series?
They give the wizard a staff, and with their help, he and Arthur use it to win the war.
Bro, they literally fucking dumpster fucked Arthurian legend so hard. You thought Arthur was cool? Nah, his magic wizard met an alien robot and they fucked up the enemies. Yeah, that's why we don't talk about Arthurian legend anymore. Oh my god. I prefer my better canon of Arthurian legend being Fate Stay Night.
They tell him to hide it, and he does. I wonder if that'll come up later. It does.
Oh my god.
Megatron got himself all mixed up in our atmosphere and ended up frozen in ice for thousands of years,
Holy
along
shit.
with his precious...
Dude was flying around space? You realize that space is a lot colder than ice. You realize space is a lot colder than ice, right? He's flying around space totally fine. He lands in fucking Canada and he fucking freezes. Ain't no fucking way that's real. Holy shit. How'd they all end up on planet Earth?
Eventually, he's discovered at the turn of the century. First by Archibald Witwicky and his Arctic exploration. He ended up luckier than the cast of AMC's The Terror in that he only saw a giant evil robot and went insane. Megatron also etched a secret code into his glasses that would show people where the cube was in
Oh my god.
50 years when it's moved to a completely different continent. Impressive.
Yeah, that's some big brain maneuvering right there. Holy shit.
The cube and the automaton were then discovered by the original 7, who then formed the secret Sector 7.
Okay.
Sector 7, under Herbert Hoover, then moved the cube and Tron to the site that would eventually become the Hoover Dam. In fact, the iconic landmark was constructed to hide the cube's power.
Of course, that's why they built the giant dam that was used for hydroelectricity. Yeah, it was all to hide the giant cube. Literally, I've seen this coming. This is so real.
Not to...
Yeah, we're gonna have to definitely do a lore dive on the true lore, like the comic animation lore, after this, if of course we had 10,000 likes, but...
You know, provide electricity to millions of Americans.
True!
Sector 7 then used Megatron to secretly advance technology.
Ah, but how are they providing electricity? Have you ever considered that maybe the electricity is by utilizing the giant cube? Because let's be honest, water turning into electricity literally goes against the Pokemon type chart.
Through the 20th century. This is why the cube turns Xboxes and Nokias into ravenous little a-holes.
What?
By the way, this isn't the last time someone decides to make a new technology from this clearly evil robot. Come on, he has fangs, people! So everyone...
Fangs? Bro, dog, what?
Favorite yellow soundboard has a confusing history. During Marky Mark's visit to the home of Westworld founder Anthony Hopkins, he is shown a World War II poster of Bumblebee. We then...
And Bumblebee! Oh my god, this is literally an and Bumblebee moment. Me, Jaden Animations, and Bumblebee really fought hard in World War II. It was all thanks to the Allied British forces and Bumblebee.
see that the Transformers actively engaged in World War II on the Allies' side.
Yeah.
They attacked a Nazi base and destroyed every German in sight.
Holy shit, that sounded weird, but yeah.
The space race started with the launch of
Didn't realize they were involved.
Sputnik in 1957. However, things really began to heat up in 1961, when a radar station detected a giant object crashing on the moon.
Alright, this is that arc that was shot out 1,000 years earlier.
And here I thought it was for a series of complex geopolitical reasons. Nope. Just spaceship.
Yeah, why did they go to the moon? Was it because they were in the middle of a Cold War with Russia? No, sir. Nope, not at all. It was because there was an alien on the moon. I love how, like, all these... They are literally dumbing down real-life lore to just shove robots everywhere. Like, it's honestly a little bit sad. Again, I'm not blaming Transformers. I'm blaming this movie adaptation of this series. But this is, like, kind of wild. It's like, how did King Arthur beat the Saxons? Well, magic robots. Woo! The Hoover Dam? Is it because hydroelectricity is one of the most fascinating ways to power the homes of, like, I think it powers like 5 different states electricity-wise? Like, one of the most coolest innovations of man? Nope, it's to hide a giant cube. Right? Why did they go to the moon? Fighting the Russians in the Cold War? Nope, spaceship.
Then President Creepy Face JFK is informed of the down.
Oh, you're gonna call him Creepy Face? Bro, he took a bullet in that Creepy Face.
Dark and escalates the space program. Over the next 8 years, the Apollo program escalates until Apollo 11 heads out for the moon. But there's still a lot to talk about before that even happens. On the other...
The 9/11, the Twin Towers were destroyed. Little did you know, Al-Qaeda secretly hired giant transforming planes.
other side of the world, the Soviet Union has their own space program. In 1959, the Soviets launched their Luna 3 moon probe. It saw an empty moon.
Yeah.
However, in 1963, their Luna 4 probe showed that the Decepticons had already begun raiding the crashed ship, pulling the pillars needed to create the space bridge. However, since Sentinel Prime was needed and he was in Slumberland, they were stuck.
Dude, why is every robot in stasis? Like, they are robots. They do not need to always be in stasis.
Waiting for someone to wake the former Autobots leader with the Matrix of Leadership, which is this Krull-looking thing.
Yeah! I will give you the Matrix of Leadership. Gives him a fidget spinner. Thank you, old Prime. I now have the fidget spinner of doom.
Eventually, Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin land on the moon and undertake
And they discovered that COVID was actually a lot of very tiny Transformers.
secret mission to recon the crash site. So I'm gonna speed up a little bit here because we haven't even got to the first damn movie yet.
Let's go.
I told you all this was complex. In 1972, a group of Decepticons began a secret society with some rich and
Oh my fucking god! Oh my god! The Illuminati, it's Decepticon lizard people. Yeah, you thought they were lizards? They're actually Transformers!
influential people. They operate
This is taking transphobia to a whole other level.
secret for decades, infiltrating both the US and Soviet Union. They make it so that both space programs are reduced.
Oh my god. You know the big question? Why has NASA not done anything interesting in like the last 50 years? Like, this is the question that everyone's asking, right? A lot of people wonder why so much money goes into NASA when NASA has not done anything remotely interesting in the last 50 years compared to what they did, like the moon landing. Well, because the Transformers secretly took over to diminish their space program and started the gay woke agenda. You know why there are fat people in video games now? The Transformers are literally turning people into WALL-E symbiotes. You thought it's because Ubisoft wanted to make money? Well, nope. The woke Transformers invaded Ubisoft. Oh my fucking god, bro. I fucking knew it! Of course! It's the woke Transformers that are turning the frogs gay.
And the moon is left unexplored. They also somehow caused the 1986 Chernobyl meltdown.
Why did the nuclear reactor in Chernobyl explode? Space robots.
That is how an RBMK reactor core explodes.
Of course it is.
Bumblebee is also sent to Earth
And Bumblebee!
once again by Optimus Prime, who is
Once again, for the first time.
leading the fight back on Cybertron. The war is almost lost, so Bumblebee is being sent to Earth to protect it before the rest of the Autobots
Oh my god, she's so short.
arrive. He encounters some trouble and ends up losing his voice box. After
Who's
some
he? Bumblebee's a dude?
scuffles with both Sector 7 and a couple of Decepticons, he parts ways with Kate Bishop and transforms into a 77 Camaro to await the coming of the one true Shia. So here
Oh my god, dude, that's crazy. That's crazy.
we are, after all this time, at the first movie.
Woo!
Like I said earlier, this is an elaborate and rich universe. It's like if Star Wars was louder. Well, it's the
Okay, listen, I didn't do the official fucking lore yet for Transformers. I know that I need to do the comic lore and all that shit. Okay, I need to do the comic lore and I need to do the animation lore. There's a lot more to do. All right, so definitely leave a like. But bro, you're not comparing this shit to Star Wars, right? Like, as someone that has already consumed a healthy amount of Star Wars lore. Whoa.
the early summer of 2007, and young Sam Witwicky is in need of a cool new ride. Unfortunately, failing to hawk his great-grandfather's junk means all he can afford is some clunker from the late great Bernie Mac.
Yeah, but the paint's faded.
Yeah, but it's custom.
It's custom faded?
What is your first car? I wouldn't expect you to understand.
It turns out to be our old pal Bumblebee.
And Bumblebee!
Archibald Witwicky's old glasses
Oh
have
my god, dude, the ancient glasses with the secret code.
hit the very relevant to 2007 main page of eBay, and both Autobots and Decepticons want to use it to find the
Okay, that was just a scene of a robot having sex with a car.
main page of eBay, and
Right, tell me this is not a robot having sex with a car.
both Autobots and
This
Decepticons
is literally a robot having sex with a car.
Cons
Well,
wanna use-
he's thrusting, he's fucking, he's...
to find the allspark. After some lawn-based shenanigans, all our players, plus some army dudes, end up in a massive fight in the totally real Mission City. An awakened Megatron tries and fails several times to kill a mid-2000s Shia LaBeouf. Man, am I on Megatron's side? Shia
Dude, Megatron couldn't kill this one gooner. Oh my god, dude, ain't no way.
shoves his power cube into Megatron, which deactivates him somehow. We
What? Oh.
now have our first Megatron death of the series. Megatron's like the Kenny of this series.
My God, she killed.
Oh my god, dude, dies in every movie. Holy shit.
A few years after the events of the first film, the Autobots are
Revenge of the Fallen. That's what I call it when people take their bras off. They take their bras off and it's just Revenge of the Fallen.
growing in number. The second wave arrive on their ship, the Xanthium. They then team up with a new military unit named Nest. Together they invade sovereign nations and cause massive destruction.
Let's
Okay,
go! I wonder why they could hate humans.
There's some lines about how they're working with the Chinese government to hunt Decepticons only. At least there are boundaries, and the Autobots
Let's go. They're only genociding half the population, so it makes it a lot better. It makes it so much better. Yeah, I respect that a lot more, honestly. I respect that. When you limit your genocide to 50% of a species, like, yeah, honestly.
aren't just attacking humans on behalf of the US government's personal interests. Sorry.
The US government killing innocent people? Thanks, Obama!
They actually do that in the next movie. In the meantime, Sam Witwicky finds a shard of the allspark in his jacket. It beams the location of a new source of energon into his brain.
Why do they call it Energon? Dude, I love how they just literally, like, add, like, a few letters to the end of words to make it sound, like, all cool. You thought it was energy, but now it's Energon. You thought it was Transformers? Well, it's Transformium.
Leads to the Fallen's now pyramid-covered
Enter John.
Sun Destroyer. While attempting to save Sam from the Decepticons, his boyfriend Optimus is slain
Let's
by
go.
a real-lived Megatron.
What the fuck? He dies?
Don't worry, kids. He'll get better. There-
I couldn't even mourn my boy. I couldn't even mourn him.
There's no Rodimus Prime in this movie. Thankfully, after some screaming and globetrotting, they all end up in Egypt, where Sam recovers the Matrix of Leadership from Robot Heaven and uses it to reactivate Optimus.
Let's go.
Optimus dispatches the Fallen because only a Prime could, for some wholly unexplained reason. Seriously, it's like these Transformers are also magic. Everyone fights, it's very loud.
Let's go.
And the movie ends with the Fallen defeated, Megatron injured, and the Decepticons almost wiped out.
Let's go. Let's go. And it's over and there's peace.
The franchise is almost over. Wait, there's how many movies left? It's time for the third and final Shia starring Transformers movie. The poor guy is having trouble finding a job in a plot that takes up way too much of this film and ultimately has no consequence. Meanwhile, the Transformers are now actively attacking nations like Iran.
Bro, America saw these Transformers and were like, holy shit, we can use them. Yes! Yes, who needs drone strikes when we can blame it on intelligent, sentient, killing robots?
So much for protecting all mankind. The
Listen. You see, your big issue here was believing that equality applied to people you didn't like.
Decepticons have hatched an evil plot to bring Cybertron
They literally became American citizens. They were given the fucking green card and that was it.
Earth using those old dimensional bridges on the moon. They use their secret society and human assets to trick the Autobots into reactivating Sentinel Prime. He betrays the Autobots.
Why would he do that? I thought Sentinel Prime was like a good guy.
And the Decepticons lay waste to Chicago.
No, it's always Chicago. Chicago can't catch a break. Oh my. Wait, so there were no repercussions for them sending the actual Autobots to war? When America sent the Autobots to war, they had zero repercussions for any of that shit. Like, it was just a totally non-consequential moment that they had a complete, utter different reasoning as to why this all happened.
I thought they were
Couldn't the Iranians have worked with the Decepticons or something? Make it kind of interesting. The Decepticons are like, death to America. And then they fucking team up with the Iranians and the Russians and some shit. Make some interesting geopolitical war. No! No! Transformers, they pop out of the fucking hubcaps of the ground. They kill people.
robots, not Rahm Emanuel. The Autobots still win, however. They fake their own deaths to get around a recent piece of US legislation. Who hasn't been there, right? They then manage to defeat Sentinel, who Optimus executes in cold blood.
Holy fucking shit, he just caps him. Bro, I thought he was a good guy.
Our hero,
bro!
Sentinel, who Optimus...
That's probably what he was saying. I got you, that's probably what he was saying. The dialogue's not important. He was doing that.
Executes...
He just literally takes out his fucking gun. He's not even looking at him.
In cold blood.
BAM! Holy shit, the disrespect.
Our hero...
He just ends him.
So comes to an end the era of Shia. There is no direct mention in the next film of where he is. However, given how many times in the series Transformers are shown to be radioactive,
what?
I can take a guess. It's cancer.
Oh my god.
So, since Chicago...
They killed him off screen. Off screen, he just dies to cancer. This video is sponsored by Vapely.
The government has turned on the Autobots and is hunting...
Sure! Because after you dispatch them to wipe out the Iranians, they're dangerous now.
them with a new task force named Cemetery Wind, which sounds like a metaphor for a really quiet fart. Optimus was severely damaged and is hiding as a more cartoon appropriate...
They turned the X-Men into the Transformers. They made Transformers X-Men, but it actually makes no sense in the plot at all. Dude, they were literally doing America's dirty work, and then America's like, let's eliminate all of them.
Model of semi-truck. It doesn't last because with the help of failed inventor K.D. Yeager, yes, his character's real name, Optimus is back to looking like a Guy Fieri shirt. In the intervening years, Cemetery Wind has been working with the... back to looking like a Guy...
That's the most, like, cartoonishly evil thing I've ever seen.
Fieri shirt. In the intervening years, Cemetery Wind...
Dude, they have playing cards of Autobots that they've murdered. This has got to be the darkest, cartoonishly evil shit I've ever seen in my life. They're just fucking playing genocide poker.
Wind has been working with the evil robot, Lockdown.
Of course they are.
He wants Optimus and is using the humans to get him.
Why are the humans working with this evil robot instead of the good robots? This makes no fucking sense. Dude, the robots literally are aliens. Tell them to leave. Be like, yo, robots, you guys are making massive geopolitical issues. We know you want to save humans. Can you just fuck off? And the robots will literally leave.
Also, a tech company run by the Tooch himself have refined Transformium and used it to build a new, better Megatron.
Could they stop bringing Megatron back? Dude, I'm telling you, this IP only has like 2 jokes, and they keep fucking running into walls with this shit.
Named Galvatron. Stop bringing this evil robot back to life! They all end up in China because of international film releasing profitability and
Oh my god, dude. They played that in China to sell more copies in China, and it made no sense. I think I remember South Park making fun of this.
Optimus defeats Lockdown with the help of my boy Grimlock. Whoa! After a well-earned victory, Optimus reveals an ability to fly that would have been...
What? They waited for the 7th freaking movie to what?
Helpful 3 movies ago, and leaves Earth to search for his creators, and then punch him in the face. And here we are at the end. Continuity-wise, America has become some kind of lawless wasteland because of constant Transformer attacks.
Oh my god, dude. They literally... I'm telling you, every setting in the world. We've seen what America was doing until now, okay? It is America's fault. This is all America's fault that America turned into this shit. The constant Transformer attacks. Much to our surprise, after trying to execute and genocide an entire race, the race did not like that. No one saw this coming. Also, this is just IRL Detroit. I don't know why they needed to, like, they probably didn't even have a budget for this. They just went to film it in Detroit.
Kate is living in a literal junkyard, and another newly introduced robot named the Contessa, our
Nani?
brainwashed Blue Boy heads back to Earth to recreate the plot of Fast 7. Or was that Fast 8? Screen Rant, do not make me do a Fast and Furious timeline. That might break me. Anyway, Contessa wants Optimus to find Merlin's staff and use it to drain the energy from the Earth. Also, there is another secret military task force formed to hunt the Transformers.
They're fucking spinning their wheels. Oh my god. I can't, dude. Oh lord.
4th time's a charm, I guess.
Do Shockwave lore. Bro is worse than Griffith. Okay, dude. I have a lot of Transformers lore to get into.
With the help of a legendary actor who is clearly just collecting a paycheck, the good guys managed to stop Contessa and free Optimus's mind. They also have a big fight at Stonehenge, which is
cool. Because Stonehenge is secretly an ancient Transformers power plant.
Secret Transformer device.
Get the Can anything exist and not be related to Transformers? Oh my god, dude. This is like the worst world building in the history of time. Like, they literally destroy human world building for this shit. Oh my lord.
At this point, is there any historical landmark that isn't? With Contessa defeated, the Autobots decide to return to the ravaged Cybertron and rebuild. Contessa is still a...
Are you watching porn? Well, this isn't porn. It's Transformers! How does that even work? It doesn't matter.
Around, however, and has more plans to destroy Unicron and the Earth. But we will never see that happen because the next film is a soft reboot. So that's our Transformers timeline.
Well, this was definitely wilder than I expected. I did not think I would be feeling exactly the way I am. So anyway, that's Screen Rant's complete Transformers timeline, the Michael Bay version. So yeah, this was wild. I do think there are a lot of just crazy loose ends and shit everywhere. I don't know if it's the recap timeline lore dive that did a bad job, or if the movies are just like that convoluted. But I am very excited to dive into the actual Transformers lore. I saw this one, someone suggested like this 53-minute video on the actual Transformers lore, comics and animation wise, and that looks really good. But that's a big video, so let me know if you want me to get into that. 10,000 likes and I will. Thank you for being here, and remember to stay weird, fam. Like, subscribe, and this video was streamed live on kick.com/Nuxanor. See you there. Stay weird, fam.